Kia ora. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Kia ora koutou. Ko Tāmaki te monga, ko Monganui te awa. Ko Young Metism aku hapu. Ko Ngāti Mahuta te mana whenua, e tupu aho e Kirikiri rawa. Ko Tim Young toku ingoa. So my name's Tim Young. My family come from the Taranaki region and I grew up in Hamilton and I now live here with my 5-year-old son and my wife who is hapu, which is very exciting. And I'm from My Life, My Voice. I'm the Chief Technology Officer and I want to talk to you about our, well, we've got an app, but it's the additions to that app that I'm proposing to have funded today. Can I share my screen and do a short presentation? Is that all right? Share my screen. Cool. So this initiative is called Ready Together, and it's about learning to thrive between emergencies and not just survive a crisis by building disabled household climate resilience. So the problem currently is that disabled households face higher exposure to climate events such as heat events, floods and outages because of the potentially limited mobility, medical dependencies and inaccessible shelters, which just makes already dangerous events more dangerous as there are more potential fail points and more serious fail points as well. And currently most of the mainstream guidance assumes a non-disabled person and generic preparation advice really fits the real lives of disabled people. Also, most of the advice currently is for after a climate event rather than developing more resilience. We have developed a new tool, which I'll describe in the next slide, but that's more about the emergency response as well. So the next step is to teach people how to become more resilient and thrive between emergencies. So I've just changed slide. We've got 3 screenshots of the current tool. There's three images. So the first image is just shows about like putting your primary information in there, your region, some of your support and accessibility needs, kind of basic stuff that you'd want to share with people. So this is the current prototype. Then in the second slide, it shows how you can add a range of different emergency contacts with their information. And then in the third slide, it shows how you can declare an emergency for a range of different types of emergencies. And then you can choose whether you want an SMS alert, a text message alert, or or an email alert to be sent to all of those people. And you can also add photos and describe the current situation. But what we would like to do for this project is to add on that, because a lot of the questions we have in the app currently, because it's just a prototype, not much thought has gone into them. So we would really like to do a range of community engagement to make sure that we're asking the right questions and we're bringing people along for the ride. Some of the questions that we seek to, so it will be a combination of questions and resources in the app. And the things we want to get people thinking about are questions around that prompt them to think about growing their own food and storing their own food with, preserving them at home depending on, your specific dietary needs, stocking power banks and supplies, including, thinking about what medical devices you might need, mobility aids, and what your daily routine looks like, and how to recycle things around your house, but also how to recycle your emergency food and power banks so that you've always got fresh things and they're not going out of date. And then as well, how to share those plans, share and develop them with your community, with your family and wider community, because we're all stronger together. So it's about bringing those around you along for the ride as well. We're asking for 22,580. We're trying to keep it as low as possible. We know there's a lot of other great initiatives in this limited funding pool. So, we could do more on the back end of this around evaluations to, measure the effectiveness and things like that. But that alone can cost 10, 15 grand. So we're trying to keep as high impact as possible for the low amount we're asking. And that would largely entail meeting 8 to 10 different community groups, a small group of people online. I said Waikato here, but it will be online, and I'll travel up to Auckland a couple of times. And what we'll do is we'll kind of meet with a couple of groups and then make iterations to the app in questions, and then meet with another couple of groups and then make iterations again. In our experience in the past, this has been a much more effective way of spending money, because otherwise if you just have a couple of really big hui and you're getting a lot of the same questions over and over, then it kind of distracts and decreases the overall effectiveness of the community consultation. My Life, My Voice has already put in $10,000 into this tool to develop the prototype, and we've got joint funding applications in with NEEM and Auckland Council, and we'll continue to put in others to develop the other parts of the emergency response side of the app. But this is just for the resilience part. We will also develop video tutorials to make it really easy for people to learn how to use the app, and they can learn asynchronously or in their own time. And they can revisit that content that way as well. We only need about $2,000 for the programmer. The app's pretty straightforward. It's really about developing the questions and collecting relevant resources. The programming side is very minor. We've already invested mostly in that. Just change slides again. This is just showing the iterative approach. So would meet with 8 to 10 community groups, probably a small number of people just to keep things manageable. We'll do it online and a few in person with a range of different disabilities and different life experiences. We'll do a range of iterations on the app. And this is just a really efficient way we've found to do things. So I'd be leading it. I'm a tetraplegic. I'm part of My Life, My Voice, which is 100% governed by disabled people and tangata whakaha Māori, and 80% staffed by disabled people. We're deeply entrenched in the disability sector, and I myself have developed multiple apps for disabled people, disability tech, as well as educational apps. And just as a community organisation, because we're deeply entrenched in the community, we're constantly having events and expos where we're promoting the other mahi from within the organisation. So just by having this kaupapa within our organisation, it will naturally get reach without investment.
Kapai team, you have 1 minute.
Cool. And Yeah, why now? There's obviously more and more insecurity going. There's more food insecurity. There's more events going on. There's international disruption. These are, I think personally, all of the countries should be more resilient and should have these skills anyway. So it would be good for us to be ahead of the curve. And the more resilient members of our community, the more resilient our entire country is. And yes, I think that's the end of it. Any questions are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Monica has a question.
Oh.
Sorry, Pip, you go next.
Yeah.
Project about the app. I've not heard about it myself, but are you involving other people within the disability community, deaf, blind, mobility issues? Who are the people actually going to be involved at the end of the project?
Yeah, sure. So our My Life, My Voice is a pan disability organisation. So all of our mahi is pan disability. That's really important to us. We will involve our staff members in the testing as well, but the H10 organisations that we reach out to will purposefully be pan disability with a range of cultural backgrounds as well. We'll invite organisations like Tama and some Pacific people in the disability community we're familiar with as well. Those sorts of organisations will reach out to, so we'll be really intentional about that, as well as our internal knowledge as an organisation.
Thank you.
But the app hasn't been promoted yet, which is why you haven't heard of it. It's the prototype.
We have time for a Pip's question, then we need to keep moving. Thank you.
There's certain things that just wondering if you see any benefit or potential for the app to connect with other people, so that in the event of emergency, then they're able to contact friends, family, whatever.
Exactly, you hit the nail on the head there. But that's the whole purpose of the app we've developed so far, is the responsiveness to the emergency. And so basically you say what the emergency is, who you're with, you can take photos of your current environment, and then it will automatically send to all of the support people who you've added already in the app ahead of time, and you can add people in that moment and for the emergency as well. We've got some really cool features, like you can automatically share your GPS location at the interval you would like to. So if you're in a really dire situation, it could share your GPS location with those contacts every 5 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours. So yeah, it's a fairly straightforward app, but I think it's going to be really powerful and useful for people in an emergency.
And connected to emergency services as well.
Connected to emergency what, sorry? Services, yes. So, yes. So far we've got it so like you can add your local emergency management shelter or whatever, and link them in, because we'll have contact details. So we'll start there, or like the council crisis lines. We haven't spoken to like emergency services yet, but I think it's a really good idea. At the very least, any of those contacts who you've shared that information with could then share that with emergency services. The idea is that you just hit emergency, I'm on the run, or whatever, and then that's all you have to do. And then, and then it will just keep sending that information out regularly with updates, and you can add updates in the final app that your emergency contacts will be able to chat with each other as well to coordinate. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tim.
No problem.